Hey, hey, Omega City, it's the Omega Underground, telling you all the things they just don't want you to know. The dulcet tones caressing your eardrums belong to me, Alan Craig, the one and only AC Power, blasting out from a bunker somewhere in Omega City. News around the campfire says life's gotten easier on the east side. Anders, Big Brain Brightman, and the Black Witch coming to an official agreement, combining their respective territories. Just this morning, watchers saw the Big Brain Science Shield joining with the Witch's Eldritch cover, giving the two of them control over more than a quarter of the city. I tell you, Captain Horrendous must be spitting. He's been trying to get the Witch on his side for a couple of years now, and here the Big Brain comes out of left field and steals his thunder. Of course, this happy union came about after the Big Brain threw in his major players, Quick, Acrobat, and the Control Corporation, to help the Witch finally put the kibosh on the law insurgency, which Horrendous was singularly unwilling to help with. I keep telling you, Horrendous, you're never going to get that army you want if you keep trying to take without giving. Anyway, a little bird tells me Big Brain might just be looking for more from the Witch than a working relationship, if you know what I mean. Little bow chicka wow wow, and we might be seeing little magic science babies running around. Captain Horrendous has been having a particularly bad week. Even before the Witch found her super scientific white knight, Lord Empyrean handed the captain his butt again. It was a glorious pyrotechnic display over Spokane as the two superpowered dipsticks tried to tear each other's hearts out one more time. We got streaming vid of the battle on the Omega Underground InfoWeb, $5.99 for 10 minutes of prime superhuman throwdown. Great fight, left Spokane a little worse for wear. If you're looking to do some looting, it's a good time to be in Washington State. Keep your head down though. Official orders are that anyone in the disaster area for nefarious purposes is to be shot on sight. Anyway, Captain Horrendous and Lord Empyrean went at it, and yeah, much to Spokane's sorrow. God only knows how this beef got started. Both say the other one's to blame, and really, who cares? God forbid these two infants ever patch things up. Their little tiffs make up a good part of my revenue stream. Let's see, back to the city. There was another attack on City Hall last night. Some say it was Metronome, the others swear it was the Jackal. Nobody can be really sure at this point because Fireball didn't leave much to identify. Mayor Noxon made exactly the right choice hiring Fireball for security. Say what you will about the Pyro, she does get the job done. There's going to be a ceremony later today when they'll put up the charred skull on a pole in front of City Hall. It'll be the 14th since Noxon came to power following the, quote, mysterious, unquote, disappearance of his esteemed predecessor. I warned the man, told him Noxon had a lean and hungry look and that such men are dangerous. But did he listen to old AC? He did not, and look where it got him. Vanished in the middle of the night, probably resting in a barrel in the bay as we speak. So, it's a good day for photographing dead superhumans, with this and most of the law insurgency on display in front of the Brightman building. The Red Bank neighborhood is still a no-go zone for anyone not wanting to be separated from their material goods and or life, as the police boycott goes into its third week. Police Commissioner Stone said Red Bank would get police action just as soon as the neighborhood committee ponies up the cash to cover the 25% increase in protection charges the PD put into effect last month. The filter at least doing a decent job of keeping the mayhem from spilling out of the neighborhood, making sure the Jaguar Gang and Master Control zombies only kill each other over spoils, only in the designated area. So if you live in Red Bank, well, sucks to be you. Better convince the committee to make with the cash, or you sorry SOBs won't have a neighborhood left. The Prophet appeared in the city again. Makes the fourth time in as many months, if anybody's counting. Usual stuff, 10-foot tall, glowing guy walking through Midtown, shouting about how the world's gone wrong, it's not supposed to be like this, yada, yada, yada. It shrugged off everything the cops and the Control Corporation threw at it, ended up disappearing after 10 minutes of blocking traffic. You know, when this guy first popped up, I had a good feeling about it. An invulnerable religious zealot stamping around the city yelling about how the universe is messed up seemed like a shtick that had legs, right? I couldn't wait to see which section of town he was going to claim and who'd try to take it from him. Would he start a new religion? Maybe change the balance of power? And what does he do? Pop up, yell a lot, and vanish. Pop up, yell a lot, and vanish. Over and over ad nauseum. That's no kind of show. Doesn't even make compelling vid watching him not notice anything they try and hit him with. I can't make a living off that. You disappoint me, Prophet. But enough about the city. Let's take a look at the world. Big party in Italy this past week for Il Duce's 70th year as the Big Chief. The centerpiece of the celebration was the Battle of the Popes. Ultra Pope Caligula the 26th suited up for the fourth titanic fight of his papal rule, facing off against the schismatic Robo-Pope Torquemada in front of a capacity crowd at the restored Colosseum. The main fight was preceded by a variety of blood sport, including the traditional Christians versus Lion matchup, a game of football played with a flaming skull, and a winner-take-all, last man standing keeps his life group battle between condemned prisoners. This meant the crowd was in full-blood frenzy when His Holiness faced his robotness in the center of the vast fighting ring, and for the first 5 minutes it looked like Caligula might just go down under the four-armed onslaught of the mechanical pontifex. But Caligula came roaring back, casting aside his Ultra Scepter to tear Torquemada to pieces with his bare hands. Vid is, as always, available on the Omega Underground infoweb, so throw me $15.99 to see the year's hottest Pope-on-Pope action. At least until next month, when Pope Caligula faces a centurion of followers of the Red Buddha. Caligula has no problem with any of his challengers so far, but 100 Red Buddhists might be too much even for him. I mean, I was down in Abilene a couple of years back, saw a Red Buddhist walk into a bar full of Klansmen in full regalia, who proceeded, as is their wont, to take exception with a fella of such dusky hue walking into their bar. Well, damn me if that little Red Buddhist didn't cut 35 rednecks into little pieces without breaking a sweat, and then went ahead and finished all their drinks. So 100 of those guys might be too much even for the big guy. And who knows, maybe it's time for a new pope, even though it means no more papal combat until the College of Cardinals lights his body on fire to announce the selection of the next guy. Or until one of the cardinals slaughters the rest of them for not choosing him and takes the crown for himself, like what happened back in 52. Pope Abaddon. You won't see your like again anytime soon. Elsewhere, Atlantis has kept up the pressure on various cities around the world, Miami, Hong Kong, Rio, Cape Town, a couple of others, still trying to get the world government to end garbage dumping and overfishing in the world's oceans. Good luck with that, Gil guys. You didn't want to have garbage dumped on you. You shouldn't have put your main city in the world's largest trench. Word is the Gills are working on some kind of thing to foul the upper world's atmosphere. Let us know what it feels like to have our biodome destroyed by a different species. I say more power to it. This whole universe is circling the drain. Why don't we just go ahead and destroy each other? Anyway, fighting's going on in a bunch of cities around the world, and that, what's his name, first son of Poseidon, he popped up in Rio last week, really disrupted the World Cup games. But, well, I don't know which is better, seeing some fierce, deadly football going on between nations, or seeing a single gillhead step into the middle of a match and take off a bunch of individuals' heads. I tell you, it was a bloody good time, and as always, we're the only ones who have the whole vid of the situation. The full game leading up to the first son's arrival and his bloodbath for just $15.99. That is some good video. I'll give the Gillheads this. They can fight, man. Yes, they can. Pity there ain't more of them. Might be a fair match. And now, listeners, last things last. I've been hearing that Captain Horrendous isn't exactly happy with how I've been characterizing him lately, being that I characterize him as an overpowered idiot who really can't do anything right. Guy ought to be ruling the world, but he is too stupid to put the plan into action. Well, I'll tell you this, son. Horrendous, you out there listening? And I know you are. You got a problem with me? Why don't you come and talk to me directly? I put my shields down now. You listen real careful with those ears of yours. You might just be able to figure out where I am. Just sitting here waiting for you, son. Come on in. We'll have a talk in front of the listeners. What's that? Oh, he's on his way. Here he comes, super speed. Oh, if you look out your windows to the east, you'll see a large explosion. And that explosion will be carrying the body of that big, stupid half-wit, Captain Horrendous, somewhere into low Earth orbit. Be too much to beg for that it'd kill him, but, well, maybe it taught him a lesson about believing anything I have to say. You see, there's the thing. When they're stronger, you gotta be smarter, folks. And that is the Omega Underground, children. This is AC Power, telling you what's what and how's how. And I'll see you next week. Hi. This has been Alpha City News with Craig Allen, Episode 18. Welcome to Omega City. It's written, produced, and recorded by me, Carter Lee. Sound beds were provided by The Reigning Monarchs. You can find them at thereigningmonarchs.com. And you should go there now and buy their album. It's very good. You can find this on and other podcasts like it at rhymeswithgeek.com, as well as on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, and Libsyn. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to drop me a line at alphacitynews@gmail.com. Until then,
Cowboy shirts!
Cowboy shirt indeed.